has affected my whole life, really. I don't think that you can have a child taken or lose a child without it having a very extreme impact.
From the 50s throughout the 80s, the UK government took children away from young and unmarried mothers, deeming them unfit parents due to their age and status. 80-year-old Judy Baker, who has lived with the impact of these events, is one such woman, and the trauma is still with her today.
I was 18 when I met my daughter's father. We had only a short relationship because then I became pregnant. Anyway, somebody called the almoner, who was like the hospital social worker. And that was the start of it, really, because what she said to me is, you can have the baby adopted. So there was no question of what my options might be. And the thing that she told me, which carried on all the way through, was that this would be best for the baby, because the baby would grow up in a loving home with 2 parents, with financial stability. She would have everything that I could have wanted for her, that I wouldn't be able to give her because I was single, unmarried. Therefore, she would be stigmatised by that. So I bought into the lie.
In July, she and other mothers whose babies were taken marched from Parliament Square to Downing Street. They demanded an apology from the UK government for the injustice that happened back then.
Starmer! Say sorry, Starmer!
This is the first ever historic protest of the forced adoption era, and we want to be acknowledged for the pain and suffering that the mothers, what happened to the mothers as teenagers being forced to give up their babies, and for us as adoptees that had to live for years in this silence, not allowed to grieve, for a situation which we really had no say in.
My parents are missing. I haven't seen them since I was born in 1966, and that has consequences. And it's not just that my mother is missing, but my father is missing.
So we're here today to raise awareness and to let people know that there are a lot of us, and we really, really need to speak to the government, get them to have a dialogue with us, so that we can then start to negotiate an apology and reparations, because that's what we need. People are getting older and some people have already died. So it is crucial that we deal with this as soon as we can.
Huge traumatic experience. As regards brain development, there's so much there. It's not just bonding, it's smells, sounds, the sort of familiarity of things that were in the womb. And then there's this sudden change, the most critical time being held, and that bonding, it was discouraged. And that, as I say, as regards kind of attachment in those first few days, will have very negative effects.
This has been Voices of Political Change by Martina Arnold.